at the UFC Fan Expo. We're with Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin, I heard you say the other day, yesterday, you were over there with Izzy. I think you went to one in 2013, an expo. So you've been to like a lot of them or all of them.
I've been to all of them since 2013. Since I won the Ultimate Fighter, they've been shipping me out here to Vegas every single year to do all this.
And you say you bring the family and everyone actually loves it. And how about you? Like, is it because the UFC wants me to, or do you really get something out of the fans and being near them?
Yeah, I mean, I love this week. This week, I mean, there's so much that goes on this week. A lot of business opportunities this week as well for us fighters. I've gotten to know a lot of cool people this week in my life and gotten to know really cool sponsors. So it's a whole lot of things that goes on this week, and it's a great week.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you were inducted. Your fight with Israel Adesanya was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And I know that you get a lot of questions about that. You were on the losing side of it, but it was still a great fight. What about the proper Hall of Fame? Is that still a goal of yours along with the bell? Like, are those goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of your career?
No. Being in the Hall of Fame was never something I thought about, right? Being world champion is something that I still think about, right? And this is why I'm still here doing what I do. I still hope to become a world champion.
Am I accurate if this thing goes 5 rounds with Pyfer, you win that fight? Because it seemed like things were turning around late in the third.
Yeah, I know. And, it's unfortunate that he couldn't find Mexico City because we wanted to use the elevation as a weapon.
Right.
We went out there a month ahead and did everything right so that we're able to use the elevation, the training that I had out there as a weapon, and it just didn't happen, unfortunately.
Do you like 5-round fights? I don't think you guys get paid more, do you? Or
you do get a little bonus if you're a main event.
Because it does seem like them cojones come into play in rounds 4 and 5, and you got them.
Oh yeah. I'm used to fighting a lot of 5-round fights. I train for 5 rounds. Even if I'm fighting for 3 rounds, I'm training 5 rounds.
What do you want next? Now that the Pyfer fight's in the rearview mirror, what's another name you'd like to mix it up with? I think you've earned your position as being someone that can call out a name. You've done this for so long.
I really don't know at the moment. After that fight with Pyfer, I've been pretty busy. Life just keeps moving, right? So I haven't really put too much attention into who I want to fight next, when I want to fight next. I just know that I need to restart, man. Get a fresh start. Get a streak going, man, and just keep it going, man. Just keep the ball rolling. It's so hard to kind of build that momentum when it comes to fighting. So I'm just trying to build that momentum up again to go on a run, and ultimately that's what I want.
Does that mean a dramatic change? Like, I know you moved from Huntington back to, we'll say California, back to Arizona. So that means change of state and team.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like a change like that, a drastic change like that?
No. I think I just need to make some changes, maybe in my daily life, right? Maybe sacrifice a little bit more when I'm not in training camp. I do whatever, whenever. I go party. I go out to restaurants more than I should. So when I'm not in training camp, I need to learn how to be a world champion, even when I'm not in training camp. And just staying disciplined and making sacrifices, even when I don't have a fight.
Well, as someone who's got a problem with that as well, do you think is that something you can conquer as you start to close out your career? Because I think that's something that's followed you for a few years now.
Yeah. No, I think over the last few years I've been making changes in my daily life to be able to make necessary changes so that it can reflect in my career, right? And it's just a never-ending game, man. It's a never-ending game. This MMA, still trying to figure things out. 13 years later, which is crazy, but here we are.
Pick a training camp and a fight where you say that was the best me. That's the one I want to return to.
Man, one of the best training camps, probably one of the hardest ones I ever had, was when I fought Jake Ellenberger at UFC Mexico. It was the first function they ever had in Mexico City. I went out there a month. I was out in the mountains in cabin training like Rocky. It really was a Rocky style training camp, and that was probably one of the best ones I've ever had.
So maybe that's the ticket there, is just isolation?
Isolation, maybe, yeah. I think I've done that in a couple of camps where I just isolate myself, and I think it works out better that way.
You gave Pyfer a chance. He's a younger guy. Is that something you want to do again, or you want to mix it up with a veteran like yourself?
I don't know. I just need a matchup that's good for me, you know, not a big freaking Joe Pyfer
Right.
guy, you know.
But that, I know you get tired of the question, but that in no way implies 170. You're sticking to 185, right?
Right.
Just a more disciplined 185er.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Put on some muscle, lose a little bit of the fat, and you know, stay 85.
How many more years do you want to do this?
I don't know, man. Not until the good Lord says I'm done, you know. But right now, I still feel I can compete at this high level. And so until the good Lord says I can't no more, then that's what it'll be.
What do the fans tell you the most? What's the most common thing fans tell you, either at an expo or at the Fighter Hotel or just in general, about you and your career?
They always bring up the Israel Adesanya fight.
Is that something that gets old, or do you still enjoy that? I mean, the fact
No, it doesn't get old, but it's a testament of the fight. You know, even to this day, people still talk about that fight. Even online, people still write to me about that fight. So, you know, it's because of them. It's because of the fans. That fight's going to the Hall of Fame.
I thought you might say the inspiration of being the last pick in the Ultimate Fighter and then running through all those guys. Like, that probably inspired, I figured, a lot of people, you know, like they say Michael Jordan got cut by his freshman coach, and that motivated him, you know.
Yeah. And I was also talking to Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler was one of those guys that got cut from the UFC, went on a little hiatus, but then had a second resurgence, and I feel like I can do something like that.
If anyone can, you can. Thanks for the time on Junkie Radio, Kelvin.